Hi, my name is Amit, and I'm an educator who uses Model Builder in my classroom. In this video, we're going to explore how you can create your own models for use with your students. Now, there are lots of great pre-made models on the Model Builder page that are ready to use right away. But there are also times you may want to custom build a model for use with your specific curriculum. Once you've built it, you can have students work with your model in a variety of ways, as a self-check puzzle for practice, as an assessment that Model Builder auto-grades for you, or as a seed model for students to expand upon. Tailor-making models for my classroom like this has been one of the most valuable ways to get my students engaged in modeling. For this example, I'm going to build a causal model of synaptic transmission. Let's get started. First, from the Model Builder landing page, we click Create Model and then select the model type. I'm choosing causal this time. We can add objects by clicking here, and then rename them and move them around. To connect objects, we click the first object, then the connector over here, and then the second object. If you're working with a causal model like this one, or a stock and flow model, which have arrow connectors and directionality, then the order matters. The first object you click will be at the tail of the arrow, then you click the connector, and then the second object you click will be at the head of the arrow. There are other videos in the series that go through the specifics of causal and stock and flow models. You can also use the undo, redo, and trash icons here at the top, and they function as you expect. I try to match my models with the level of detail I'm expecting my students to master, so in this synaptic transmission example, I'm making the objects and the connectors match our recent lessons. The description box is where you can write specific instructions and tips for your students. I suggest checking out a few of the pre-made models in the biointeractive library for examples of how you can use this to help your students engage in the productive struggle of model building without getting confused about the instructions. Jumping ahead, I've now finished building the model and it's time to save it. Click the 3 lines here at the top and then click Save. That presents us with 2 options. Save Model on the left saves the fully built model called the reference model as a file on your computer. Click Save and then type in a file name and click OK. This will download a file to your computer, and it's tempting to try and double-click this file to open it, but that won't work. You have to open it from within Model Builder by clicking Load Model from the landing page and then selecting your downloaded model file, which will have reference.model at the end of the file name. You can also share that file with students who can open it in the same way and can expand upon it. Each time you open and change the model, resaving it creates a new file, allowing you or your students to revise the model with as many versions as you like. I really like this because it allows me to modify the model based on student feedback and discussion. Going back to the 3 lines at the top, the other Save button downloads a compressed zip file. Again, if you click Save and then type in a file name and click OK, this time it will download a compressed zip file to your computer. Once you unzip it, you'll see a folder with 3 files, the exact same reference file we just saw, plus a self-check model and an assessment model, and the ends of the file names reflect these. You can then share any of these files with students through your LMS, Google Drive, or even just by email. If you share the self-check model with students, for example, when they load it from within Model Builder, it'll open in self-check mode with a check button up here at the right so that they can get feedback along the way. The Working with Self-Check Models video in this series shows you how to use self-check mode as a learner. It's even possible to give your students a self-check model in a range of stages of completion to differentiate for different learners, and the differentiated model video in this series will show you how to do that. No matter which model file we're using, the real strength of a modeling approach lies not just in students building models, but then in also using them for sense making. So for example, after my students assembled this synapse model in self-check mode, I asked them to predict how medications that disrupt neurotransmitter release and reuptake would affect signaling from one neuron to the next. Reasoning through how one change has an effect throughout the system helped them make connections and develop the deeper understanding that I was trying to foster. I hope this helps you better understand how to create your own models and also some of the potential that this could have in your classroom. Thanks for watching.